Okay, welcome everybody. This is the Yang Family Tai Chi section 2. And today we're going to review what we did last time, which is from the end of right striking tiger to the left heel kick, that little bit of turn, and then twin fist. Then today, our new moves are going to be a left heel kick, and then a ball turn, and then a right heel kick. So we are actually approaching the end of the form. So, but always at the end, there's always more turns. So also true of the third section. Okay, so as our warm up, I'd like to do the second section from cross hands up to twin fist strikes the opponent's ears. Okay, then we'll review and then try the new moves. Okay, so I'm going to be at cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Shift right. Turn the left foot almost to straight. Shift all the weight back, separate your hands, pull back the right foot. Swing, step, brush, strike. Roll back, circle your arms, and shift your weight back and turn. Press, pull back the right, attach the left, and press forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come over the ball, hands in front of your chest, and push. Fist under elbow, shift weight back, flatten your hands, turn and pull all the way around, press down, release the left, ward off with the left, and push out with the right. Step with the left, connect. Step with the right, grab. Pull down, make your fist. Make your heel touch. Lift and punch. Step back and repulse monkey. Swing, step. Hand to the shoulder, turn and strike. 2. Swing, step. Hand to the shoulder, turn and strike. 3. Swing, step. Hand to the shoulder, turn and strike. Diagonal flying. Turn, pull in the right. Step and close. Open and turn your left foot. Raise hands and step forward. Pull in the left. Circle your arms, root the right heel, and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands, pull down, circle, step and close, turn, step and open. Left brush knee. Turn your hands, swing, step. Brush, strike. Needle at C bottom. Yield forward, pull in the right foot. Pull back, change your footwork, and sink down. Fan through the back. Come up, left attaches to right, push up, step and separate. Turn body, chop with fist. Circle your arms, shift weight, and turn your left foot. All the weight goes to the left. Make your fist. Root, chop, strike. Carry, block, and punch. Circle your hands to the center. Swing, step, parry. block, punch. Chengfu and right ward off. Pull, ward off, close and step, right ward off. Roll back, turn to the right, and then shift weight and turn to the left. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, press forward, push, flatten your hands, square up your shoulders, come over a ball, hands to front of your chest, and push. Single whip, shift weight back, flatten your hands, pull and turn all the way around, push down, release the left foot, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off as you step, deflect, and strike. Cloud hands, shift weight to the right, turn your foot, pull and ward off, 1. 2. 3. Step to the corner, make your hook hand, single whip. High pad on horse. Activate your hands, shift weight back, ball touch, hand comes to the shoulder, and strike. Separation kick. Open, pull in the left foot, step and close, separate and shift weight, cross hands, stand up, kick, bend knee, sit and step, close your hands, separate and shift weight, cross hands, stand up, look, kick, bend knee, turn, and left heel kick. Left brush knee. And push. Right brush knee. Left hand comes up, hands come to the center, swing, step, brush, strike. Step up and punch down. Right hand comes up, hand comes to the center as your right toe turns. Both hands come to the right and step, brush, punch down. Turn body, chop with fist. Turn. All the weight now shifts back to the left. Root, chop, strike. Parry, block, and punch. Circle your hands toward the center. Pull down, swing, step, parry, block, punch. Step up and right heel kick. Striking tiger. Step down. Both hands come to the right. The weight comes to the right. Step and look. Circle your hands. End up with your fists and your weight 60% in the front. Striking tiger right. Shift all the weight to the right. Turn the left foot to the corner. Release your hands. Pull in the right foot. Look and step. Circle your hands and make your fists at the end. Turn body, right heel kick. So turn your left foot to the corner. Connect with the left arm. Circle with the right, turn the right foot, stand up, and kick. Twin fist, strike opponent's ears, turn, step and pull down, circle as you flatten your foot, shift weight and strike. How did that go? Okay,
Good.
so yes, questions?
Just a quick, making sure I'm doing it right. When we turn, right after doing the opponent's ears. No, we haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm trying to find, when we just ended the last, what are these called? Strike the tiger. We
Yeah.
turn the left foot first and then you block, right?
Yes.
At the same time. You do the foot.
You turn the left foot first because, as a general rule, you root your foot before you move your hand.
Okay.
So what you're doing here is you had a bow stance here, and what you're doing is you're turning to the corner, and then you're blocking. Then as you turn this foot in, you circle here and cross. Then you stand up and kick.
Okay.
So since it's a right kick, the right hand goes on the outside.
Right.
Okay.
I kept
So
one-
this one's a little different from the next one you're going to have. This is one of the rare ones where when you're here, you step, you come here, and you circle in here. What happens is here, you have your fists in the cross position, and then you open it as you kick. Every other place, you open before you make your circles. So generally speaking, what happens, even when you have a fist, you will have your fist on the bottom, and then when you come up to the top, you open. And then you make your circles. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the only one where you're at fist as you cross, and then you don't open until you make your circle. Every other one, you open first. And you're going to see that in the next one, which is after twin fist, because then you're going to have a very similar situation, but your hands open first. Okay. So before we go to the next one, though, I'd like to know if there are any questions about any of the moves we've had so far. Are we okay with the timing on the twin fists? So with the twin fists, I'm going to go in this direction. Okay. So let's say that I just kicked here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn, step. When I step, I pull down and make my fists. Then as I flatten my foot, I open out. And then as I shift weight, I punch. Okay, so it's in kind of a slow down of this move. What happens is you start here, you kick, and then you do this turn, and then you step and pull down and make a fist, then open out as you flatten your foot, strike. Does that make it any clearer? Yes, no? Okay. Okay, so if there aren't any questions, the next move is going to be a kick. And let me show it to you from this direction. Well, I'll show it to you first from the way you're going to do it. Okay, so if I were going the same direction as you, I would be doing my twin fist here. Okay, then what I'm doing is I'm making the circle. It's like if I had two hammers, I'm hitting down here. Okay, that's the feeling. So you're here, shift weight, then you're going to turn and heel kick. So in terms of the footwork, you know, you had your bow stance, you shift all the way to the right, you stand up, and you kick. In terms of the hand work, let's say you're here, you're going to come down, your hands are still in the fist. You're going to wait, they're going to cross on the bottom, okay, with the left toward you. And when you come up, you're going to open so that the left is on the outside and your palms are open. Then you're going to come around. So in terms of the hand work, what it's going to look like is you were here, you make a circle, your fists are still there, okay? Then you're going to come down, come up, and open.
There's no stopping then.
There's no stopping. There's no stopping. So you're here, you come up, that's what it looks like. So here, as you're making this circle, you're shifting your weight toward the right. Then you're coming in. So because when you were finished your twin fist, you had these knuckles toward each other, then essentially you rotate your fists so they're like this. And then when they come down, so you get ready for your, basically, it's kind of like cross hands. Remember when you did cross hands? You came down and you crossed and came up. Well, it's a similar kind of thing, except you start with a fist. And then as you get to the bottom, you open and you circle. So remember when you circle, it's actually harder. It's easy to do when you're doing just your hands, but try to remember you want things to be really symmetrical. And you end up like this. Your fingers are up and you are not here, you're here. Keep your chest rounded. So you're here. As you come down, you're shifting weight to forward. Then so in the direction you would normally do it, if I'm doing the same direction as you would be here. Then you would come here. And remember, the left hand goes over the left foot. So when you're kicking here, you want this left on top of the left foot.
When your knee is up, where are your hands at that time? Right when you get your knee up for the first time, where are your hands?
So,
I want to make sure I'm timing it all smoothly together.
okay, so if I'm here and I'm here, I'm just shifting weight, okay? As I'm coming here, so as I'm pulling up,
So
I pull up my knee.
when your knee is up is when you've just finished your cross hands.
Yeah, you're crossing your hands
Right.
and then you're kicking.
Okay, so they should they should come at the same time. Okay.
Right. Because when you start circling, you're kicking. Okay. It's just like when you were doing separation kick. Remember when you were doing separation kick? You cross your hands, stand up, kick. Well, it's very similar in terms of the feel. You know, you cross your hands. In this case, you cross your hands and stand up at the same time. And then you kick. So from here, you come down, shift weight, cross, kick, bending.
And Rita,
Yeah,
the looking position, so you were looking at the corner. When you
you
are
were
ready,
looking at the
when you
corner.
stand up, so you turn
Yes,
straight.
yes.
Kind
You
of like,
look where you're going to kick,
okay.
okay? So when you're here, you're still looking at the corner. When you come down, actually, you're going to start looking there as you come down because you're getting ready to kick. So here, you're already looking at where you're kicking. Does that make sense? Are there any questions? So this is kind of a repeat movement, actually, except a little bit of tweaking with the hands, but you've done a heel kick before. So it's similar. Okay. Now, if there aren't any questions, the next one is a tricky one.
Yeah.
The next one is a turn. So the last time we did a relatively big turn, we did a heel turn. So if you remember, we had done a separation kick, and then we came here and turned, right? This one is in the opposite direction, and it's a toe turn. I think for a lot of people, the toe turn is easier because you're more used to turning on the ball of your foot than you are on the heel of your foot. But because you're turning on the ball of your foot, your body position is slightly different. So when you're turning on your heel, you are more upright because you are lined up. Because you're going to turn on your heel, you're lined up to your heel because you can't vary very much. If you tilt in any direction, you're going to fall over. You have no adjustment if you're doing a heel turn. You have more adjustment when you're doing a ball turn. Of course, that means that you have more potential of screwing up because you can adjust more. but there are the pros and cons, right? So the way this one works is that I find the easier way to think of it is that if you're thinking of, you just did your heel kick. So the footwork is you move your foot back and you essentially sit a little bit, okay? So on the heel turn, you are pretty straight, but this one you bend a little bit. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn, oops, right. You're going to turn and end up in this position. So let's try it again. You're here, okay? And then you're going to use your waist to turn clockwise, okay? So you're here and you turn clockwise. Then you're going to stand up and kick. So the way people usually describe it is, I think the harder way to think of it is to think of it as a turn and then a step down, okay? So essentially you're going to turn and step. So you're going to step so that you're in the corner, facing the corner, because you're getting ready to kick, okay? In some ways, if you imagine it as making a turn on your right and then transferring your weight to the left, it might feel easier. So you're here and you're essentially transferring your weight to the left. So partly it's because you are slightly tilted forward when you're doing this. Because your knee is softer, you're bending slightly forward. And then when you turn, you end up one foot to the corner and one foot to the straight. And it's going to be as if you were ending up in an empty stance. Okay. So the footwork is you did your kick, you come back, you turn, and then your weight goes to the back, and then you stand up. I end up doing it pretty fast, but if you watch Master Young do it, he does it really slowly. I don't know how he does it, but he just slowly turns around. Shows you he has great body control. That's all I can say.
So Rita, I have a question. So if you can't do it because you haven't figured it all out, is it okay to walk around?
Yeah, it's always okay to walk around, especially if you feel like you're going to fall over. So the trick, if you walk around though, let's say you walk around, okay? The trick when you walk around is you want to end up so that this foot is facing that way. And you're going to end up, you're walking with the weight on the left foot so that you can pick up and kick. So if you're here, you're going to have essentially an odd number of steps, okay? You can do, more or less, but it's going to be an odd number because you're going to end up with your left foot with the weight going to the corner. Does that make sense? Because you're going to start with the right foot going to the corner. And then let's say you set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this foot has to be behind this foot and going to the corner. Imagine that you're doing an empty stance. So this foot has to not only point at the corner, it has to be to the left of this foot. Okay, you can't be crossed. It's behind. Okay, so you're stepping ahead of the right foot. So here you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is behind this foot because you're going to end up in a bow stance. In either case, what happens is at the end of your turn, if you were doing it as a turn, what happens is the last part of your turn is with the weight on the back foot. So even when you're here and you're here and you're turning, your weight is on the back foot, and the last bit of turn on the front foot is after your weight is on the back. Do you see what I'm saying? So the last bit of turn on the right is with the weight in the back, regardless of whether you walk it or turn it. But it takes a lot of practice to get it so that.
On your arms, is it like the other turn that when you are going, you've shifted your arms like this?
So the arms are a little different too, because I'm going to do it facing you. Okay, so if I have just kicked, okay, then the front foot and the arm is here. When I start putting my foot back, what I do is I turn the front one up and the back one so it's facing toward the back. Can you see that? And the reason is at the end of my turn, I'm going to go like this. So basically, I'm pre-positioning my palms so that I can do that right heel kick.
Your arms stay that way throughout the turn?
Your arms stay that way throughout the turn.
That position, okay.
So your arms are the front one up and the back one kind of toward the back. And then after you finish turning, you're in this position and right on the outside, right? Because you're going to make a right heel kick. So after you've made this left heel kick, essentially you move your left foot back, and then you turn your arms when you've done that, okay? Then you're going to turn, and then you're going to kick. If your balance is not good, you should definitely walk it. But with practice, you know, you can give it a try.
Can we do those two moves again? I've already forgot the prior move.
Okay, so I'm going to do it the same direction as you. Okay, So if I'm here, okay, I'm basically making a circle, hammering down the sides as I shift weight toward the front. Then I'm going to cross on the bottom, come up and kick. Then I'm going to turn my hands and move my foot. And then I'm going to turn, come up and kick.
Can we do that a couple times to get those
Sure.
two? That'd be great.
Okay, so should I stay in the same direction as you, or do you want it in a different direction?
Same for me, works good.
Okay. Okay, so you're here at the end of twin fists. Okay, you're going to hammer down the sides, shifting weight, cross at the bottom, come up, kick, bend knee. Then you're going to turn your hands and move your foot back, and then turn around, come up and kick. So let's try it again. Okay, so from twin fists, okay, hammering down, shift weight, cross at the bottom, pull in the left, cross at the top, open your hands, kick. Move your foot back, turn your hands, turn, come up, kick. Okay, again, at twin fists, hammer down, shift toward the front, lift up the left, cross at the bottom, open hands, kick. Move your foot back, turn your hands, turn, stand up, right heel kick. How'd that go?
My foot, the left foot, when it lands, it's most usually at 6 o'clock instead of the corner.
At 6 o'clock instead of, oh, you're landing there instead of there. Okay. Let's see.
It's
What we
because
can
I've
do.
been doing it wrong for a few years. I just have to really practice that.
It's what it means is you have to turn just a little bit more. Think about extending your turn, and then you'll get it to the right position. Essentially, you're landing just a little short of where you need to be. So give that a try. So if you're here, hammer down, shift weight, cross at the bottom, come to the top, kick. Then move your leg back, turn your hands, turn, right heel kick. Sometimes people have a problem because they lean too much. You see what I'm saying? In other words, if after you've done your heel kick, if you lean too much, what happens is that it puts too much weight on the ball of your foot. In other words, you want to lean slightly, but not too much. So when you're here, when you turn, you want, think of the ball of your foot is going to be the pivot point. So it should feel like there's no weight on it.
When you do the turn body and you put your left leg down, is your toe supposed to touch the ground or is it supposed to be up the entire time? Your left leg right before the turn, is it supposed to, the toe supposed to touch the ground at all or stay up?
It's supposed to stay up.
Okay.
And then you're supposed to turn. And some people say you should land on the heel. If you watch Master Yang, he lands his whole foot on the left foot. After he finishes a turn, he lands his whole foot. But most people land the heel first. So they land the heel first, shift their weight to the left, and then stand up.
Yeah. I do.
That's why for some people, it's easier to do if they think of it as shifting from your right foot to your left foot in terms of the weight shift. So if you're thinking of here, okay, your weight is on the right, right? When you finish turning, you shift your weight to the left.
Right.
Okay, so if you think about shifting from right to left, it often helps people to give that circular sense. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, getting on.
Okay, so let's try it from twin fists again. Okay, so from twin fists, you're at bow stance to the corner. You're hammering down the sides, shifting your weight toward the front, cross at the bottom, come up, heel kick, then turn your hands and move your foot back, turn, stand up, heel kick.
I have one other question on that. When you're doing the turn, your left foot, is it staying pointed or is it flat? You know what I'm saying? Is the toe pointed when you turn?
Pretty much, yes. Because when you land, you flatten your foot. Okay. So it stays pointed until you land.
So it's not like the heel kick. Your heel isn't out. You're actually pointed, your toe. It's not.
Yeah, your toe is pointed because then you land either your whole foot or your heel, and then this turns, and this looks like an empty stance just before you pick up.
Okay.
So because you're picking up, it is important that the left foot is behind the right foot, because it's very hard to pick up if it's ahead of the other foot. So if we're doing from twin fists again, okay, we're hammering down, shifting weight, pull in the left, cross at the bottom, cross at the top, kick. Then you're going to move your leg back, turn your hands, turn, step. Okay, I'm done. Any questions? It just takes practice. I don't know what else to tell you.
So my arms want to naturally, when they turn, when I get to the end, they naturally just cross, but they shouldn't be crossed at that point, right? They want to cross right away, but they should.
They want to cross right away, and that would be natural if your foot comes up right away. In
Yeah,
other words, your arms should cross as your foot comes up.
okay. I'm gonna have to
So
work on that because it's just natural. They want to go whoop when I. Okay.
So, you know, it's,
Yeah. My hands are.
so the second heel kick feels more natural because it's more familiar. It's, you know, it feels like a separation kick or any of the other heel kicks. It's just the one from here where you're coming from a fist, that you're a fist down here, and then you're releasing it as you come up. So the handwork is a little bit different. Okay, so do you want to try it from right striking tiger? So from right striking tiger, you're here. And then you turn your toe, connect, circle round with the bottom of the right, stand up, and then right heel kick. Then you're going to turn. Then you're going to pull down and make your fists. Circle, flatten your foot, shift weight, strike. Left heel kick. Hammer down, shift weight, cross at the bottom, open at the top, kick. Then move your foot back and then circle. I'm standing too close to the rail. Sorry about that. So here. Then come up and kick. Okay? All right. So, how did you think, other than needing practice, how did you think that went? Would you, do you have any other questions? Is there any part of it you'd like to work harder on? Okay.
Well,
Let's
I can't be here Friday, unfortunately, for the review, but when do you think you post these videos so I can maybe brush up before next Wednesday?
I will ask Mike to post it. Mike is the one who posts it. So last time I ended up reminding him like Sunday night. So I would try to get him to post it earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't make it Friday, so, which I need to make it, but I have plans, unfortunately.
So let's do it one more time from Twin Fists and then we'll close class. Okay? So we're going toward the corner. Okay? You're hammering down the sides, shifting weight forward, crossing at the bottom, cross at the top and open, kick. Then turn your hands, move your foot back, turn, stand up, right heel kick. Okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Betty.
Okay,
for your
thank you very much for
patience.
coming. And I will see you next time.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.